Excellent.
There we go. Welcome to the Tuesday night Team Hopes and Dreams team call. We are recording. There's some fantastic leaders tonight, so I'm just going to turn it over to them.
Yeah. So I think I get to run it tonight, right, Julia?
Absolutely. Yes. Donald and I are like, go girl.
Go girl. Okay. So I have so much. I've been so busy with Monique and her team. I'm like, we have to talk tonight. We have to share what is happening. To not only inspire me, because you know how what is it called? Reciprocal leadership.
Reciprocal leadership, man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, these guys keep me popping. And if I ever thought I could rest, I can't. Like, no. Especially now, like that, I'm just gonna keep going. But Monique just keeps adding and adding clients. Her funnel's so big because people keep referring. They're not ready to coach yet. So she's like one gal who absolutely should coach, but is like, I don't have time. 10 clients she gave Monique already. 10. So just when you do a good job and people see it and they share it, like Monique's team, they are all so passionate about the program and how it works and how they feel, and they want to share it. So one of Monique's clients who became a coach is Sharanda, and she already has 8 clients and a coach and is still on program. Like, it's still in phase 1, weight loss. So I definitely wanted her to speak to everybody and to share what she's doing, because that's pretty remarkable to be on program, already how long have you been? I know it's part of her little write-up or speech. She's going to share with us everything that has happened in her life, like her life before, her life now, why she decided to coach, how long she's been coaching, where are all these 8 clients coming from, how did she already get don't say get. How did she already acquire or sponsor a coach? So we'll just hear it directly from Sharanda, because I'm going to watch these girls, what they're doing. I want to do what they're doing, is all I got to say.
All right. Hi, everybody. I thank you, Jeanette and Joy, for the opportunity to share today. I'm really excited about it. As she mentioned, I'm a senior coach 2 months in a row. I hit my goal for February already. So, and I recently sponsored Jackie. I thought I would start a little bit with my story about how I came to the program. And I started 4 months ago. I see Monique is on there. Started 4 months ago in October 2019. And since that time, I've lost 45 pounds. And I'm in phase 1, and I'm still on program. I'm seeking to lose another 30 to 35 pounds to get to my goal weight, which would put me in a healthy BMI. And so I expressed interest in coaching after Monique had, in the part of Monique sends daily texts the first week when you're on program, and one of those texts, it had the question about, would you like to coach? And I had already been looking for an opportunity to earn some extra income in different things. And I saw that, and I was like, Monique, I saw this, I'm interested in coaching. And she, but I wasn't interested to start right then. She was like, you know what, you don't have to wait until you meet your goal weight in order to start coaching. You can start whenever you're ready. And so I said, well, let me try to lose at least 30 pounds. And so I know for sure it works for me. And then I'm ready. And so when I hit my goal weight in December, I said, I'm ready to do it. She got my business kit for me, and we got started. And in January, I made senior coach. And then for February, I have. So right now, like, I have 8 clients, and Jackie is, I'm hoping she'll join the call. We're still trying to get her integrated. It's a lot of information that comes at you when you first start, and she just purchased her kit on Saturday, and she's already had 5 health assessments, and she hasn't even gotten her kit yet. So we've been kind of busy doing that, but so we brought Jackie, Jackie's signed up, but I'm going to talk a little bit about how that came to be for me. But before I do that, I wanted to talk about why I became a coach. You know, I talked about like I was already kind of looking for extra income, but more importantly, you know, it was a way for me. I have tried many things. I've tried many ways to lose weight, and I have been unsuccessful with them. I've done the Weight Watchers. I've done, you know, I worked out vigorously, but nothing seemed to work. And I had finally found something that worked for me, and I wanted to share it with my friends and family. And so that was number one. And number two, I saw it as a way to stay accountable while I was still on the program. It helps keep me motivated. I'm continuously learning, because when you are coaching, people are asking you questions that you wouldn't have thought of. So it helps me to actually implement the program with more fidelity by having clients. And then, you know, the extra income was really important. And kind of one of the things with the extra income is like, okay, now you have 5 coaches. I've already paid for my food, for my fuelings for the next month. So that's just kind of the beginning. And what has helped me to get to senior coach, I wanted to kind of focus on 2 things. One, I want to talk about following the system, and 2, living out loud. So following the system, basically, I do what the system and the mentor coaches advise me to do. I haven't had to create one thing. I tailor it to make it authentic to myself, but everything already exists for me. So I just try to follow it. And there are a couple examples of this. One, you know, we talk about integrated clients, and I'm a fully integrated client. So I'm following the program myself. So I'm kind of leading by example with my clients. I'm in phase 1. I'm doing the plan. I'm implementing it with fidelity. I am eating the fuelings. I am avoiding the temptation. I am living the life that I'm asking them to, you know, do, you know, till they meet their goal weight. I'm also helping them to do that, and the things that I'm doing, I'm also encouraging them to do, like the Wednesday night client calls, the life journal. I'm all in it. I love that kind of stuff. The Habits of Health book, I'm reading it. I'm slowly working my way through it, but I'm reading that too. And even with the client webinars, when I've been listening to archive webinars, I listen to them when I am on the treadmill, when I'm walking, when I'm doing housework, when I'm commuting to work. I'm just like all in. So that's one thing. And 2, the training. So I have participated in the Monday night well, for us it's 8 p.m. I live in Maryland. The 8 p.m. Dr. A calls, the following coach support calls at the 8:30. I made them a rock in my calendar. See, I'm learning the language that we speak. And I haven't missed one of those calls since becoming coaches. Sometimes I get on a little late because something, but I try to make sure I listen to them, and I listen to all of it if I can. And I also actively listen to past trainings for the coach. Monique sends me her favorite ones. I listened to one today on my way commuting from work. Jamil had done on 19 steps to become global director or something like that. And it was like, you know, I listened to it you know, I find that really useful. So a way that I try to use, how I try to implement the trainings, one way is, an example is, I did listen to the sponsoring coaches boot camps last week. And some of the things that they were saying was, you know, if you have a client who is, you know, fully integrated, they're posting on Journey to Health, they are reading their life book and talking about their elements, they're excited, they referred you a client. That was like, oh, that's Jackie. They just described Jackie. So I just sent her a text and said, you know, are you interested possibly in coaching? And she was like, yeah. And so that it was coming from the camp, that the reason why I even thought to reach out to her. And she's only a month in the program, but she was ready to go. Another example is, at the beginning of the year, there were a lot of goal setting kind of trainings. They seem to complement each other. They kind of like, you know, one will give like a big picture, like the Dr. A 8 p.m. call will talk about the goals and vision for the organization as a whole. And then the 8:30 call might talk about like important, how to set your personal goals or important tools. And then Jeanette had a subsequent training for a bunch of her, Monique's coaches and her coaches, and had us walk through the monthly action plan. So, you know, all of them kind of fit together. And so that goal setting was really important for me. And another way is just like excellent client support. Monique is my coach, so I see what good client support is. I know what she gives me. We're close friends, so I know how she works with other people. And so I try to model what she does. And I try to, she gives me language to use, you know, I have sample emails for follow-up. When I do the health assessments, I do a health assessment, I send a follow-up email, I have them, invite them to Journey to Health. I follow up to make sure they accepted their Journey to Health Facebook invitation. You know, I do the welcome emails, I do the check-in, the daily texts, the check-ins like I'm supposed to. And I'm just like kind of like looking at her, studying her model, because obviously she's really good at getting clients and keeping clients and we're getting referrals. So I really try to model what she's been doing, and that's been really helpful. And another thing that I think she really does is with Journey to Health, she has this model of doing a shout out when a new person comes on and welcoming them. And I know that people I've had health assessments with who are maybe haven't committed yet, they're saying not yet, they're saying no, but they're on Journey to Health, they're watching. And so I know they're seeing those people. And I think, you know, it's a matter of time before they come back around and say, you know what, I'm ready to do this too. And the other thing is, another example is like starting to focus like on building my funnel and having authentic conversations. So I feel like these team calls have been really helpful to me in that. The Team Hopes and Dreams, it's the call that we have on these Tuesday nights. It's the Facebook Messenger group. I have a biz group where I can just ask questions directly of like Monique, Jeanette, and Joy. All of that has been really helpful to me. I really like pay attention to what's in there. I read the text messages. There was like one from Justin, like, who wants to set up a call with me to go over your 2020 goals? I was like, I'll set up a call with you. And just like got on his calendar with me. Monique and I were, you know, got to talk to him, and he really helped me think big. And it's just like another example of a resource that's available. The other piece of it is, you know, the living out loud, I think has been really helpful. Monique has been really helpful with me rebranding myself as a health coach using Facebook. You know, I had to really do a lot of different things than I was doing in my life. I had, you know, privacy settings pretty tight. I had to open it up. I had to start posting. I wasn't a poster. She works with me to create a strategy. I kind of have like, we have kind of have a strategy for my posts. It's not just like haphazard, there's thought put into it. And, you know, she'll like review things for me and say, you know, give me tweaks to it. So it's kind of all a little bit planned out. Some of the quotes and things are not. They're really kind of coming from, I do quotes. She has a model of doing that. I kind of use the quotes that speak to me from the Habit of Health book, because I want people to know that it's about habits, it's about mindset, not just like a kind of weight loss program. And every time, that's where my clients have come from. It's coming from the Facebook. I'm pretty clear that that's where they're coming from. Even, you know, people like I had just, Joy got on a health assessment early on with my Aunt Brenda, who's not on social media. And she was not ready when I did a health assessment with her months ago, but her daughter's on Facebook and her daughter told her to call me. And so I know the Facebook is really, the impact of that and is really big. And I also have been, you know, tried to add friends and follow the guidance with that has come in, you know, the written guidance that's provided. And I've become friends with other coaches on this group, and I really appreciate that because I look at Deb's with the things that she posts. I look at Carolyn and she and her husband, and that gave me the idea for a Valentine's Day post, like the Young Love thing. I really like look at other people, other coaches, what they're doing, and even you know, I've reached out to Robert separately to ask advice about things. He's gotten back to me. So this community has been really helpful to me, and it's helped me to kind of be bold and live out loud. And so the other thing that beyond like the social media that Monique really stressed for me was kind of getting out more. I was kind of a homebody before the program. I had things that I was taking care of my kids. I'm working full time. I have my mother-in-law, my husband. I wasn't going out as much. And she was like, you really need to get out more. And so I've been trying to really deepen and expand my social networks. I'm already parts of groups. And so I've just become more active in them. I've volunteered to do things that I probably wouldn't have volunteered to do. And people are starting to ask me to do things. Like the leadership in those organizations, they're like, hey, can you go with me here and do this? And so that gives me more visibility and credibility, and people are asking me to do more things. And even at work, I volunteered to do things that have put me on a camera and put me in newsletters. And I'm like, it's only a matter of time before coworkers are starting to see that transformation, and there'll be potential clients there too. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and I do this. I work on it every day. I don't think I've had it like a day when I haven't done anything. I do work a full-time job, so it's early mornings, evenings, weekends. And I think there's a quote going around, like quote box, it doesn't feel like work when it's your passion. That's kind of how I feel about it. So that's a little bit of what I wanted to share.
Wow, that
Amazing.
was awesome, Sharanda. That was amazing.
So good.
Good. And talk about duplication. Man, that's Monique, just sharing her experience with this and duplicating the process. And everything you said was, like you said, following the system. That was amazing. And when you do that, that's what happens. That's how you bring on 8 clients in your first 2 months, and a coach, and just following the system. And like you said, working on it every day. That was really amazing. I really appreciate you sharing that, Sharanda. Super excited for
Thank you.
where this is all going. So so good.
I definitely want to jump in. Sharanda, thank you. That was wonderful. It was literally like the playbook of our model and being coachable and teachable. So I'd love for Jeanette to kind of continue on. And Jeanette, share with us the support that you gave her. Like I heard like something about a map call, like share with us like kind of what you and Monique did with the team you're bringing on right now.
And I just want to back up just before the map, because I do want to talk about that. Monique and I make sure we are on weekly and monthly calls. We don't miss them. Even if they're a little late, we still do them. That's how we keep clients integrated. That's how we show them what this is. That's how we show them support and love. That then, when you become a coach, just kind of continues. So the map for me too, just like, I don't know, it's kind of not my thing. So I thought, I literally did the map to help me fill it out myself. And so I'm like, I'm going to get Carolyn on it, Monique on it. Monique has new coaches. They need to be on it. I'm like, let's just do a training. So we literally all had our maps, and we did it for the next month. We sat there. We went through the back office. We went through everything that the video goes through, but we did it live with each other and waited till, we filled out our potential clients and coaches. We first filled out the bottom. I made it very clear how it's so much easier to fill out the bottom part with your figures the last day of the month, not to have to look everything up afterwards, and to fill out your goals up top, and how fun that is to see. And Joy, you trained and always showed us, like, you've been so good about filling yours out, and how fun it has been for you to look month after month, year after year, how you've progressed. Like, you could look February to February and see your progression. So you can't see that unless you fill these out. So it really is a road map. That's what this is. So it's just something that I know it's so important that we're supposed to do, and I felt like it wasn't happening. So I'm like, well, let's just all do it together. So we did. And I want to do them every month with them at the last day of the month, whoever can get on at a certain time. I just feel until everybody feels confident doing them, and so many new coaches are coming on and becoming senior coaches through Monique and now Sharanda, and then it's going to be Sharon and Carolyn too on my little team. I don't see why we would stop them. Like, they're so important to see like where you're at. So we just kind of are doing our own little mini trainings on top of what we learned on the big trainings. We're actually sitting down and doing it to make sure they get done. So,
And then you said something about the calls. So let's say it's, we do calls the first week and then month 1, month 2, month 3.
Yeah.
If it's past the first week and you haven't done a call, will you still schedule a call? It doesn't matter?
yes,
Okay.
we still schedule, because that first week, first of all, after the first week, usually there's something we can tweak as the coach above, jumping onto, because Monique, it's so funny, like we're on calls and I know she's amazing. I know she tells them what to do, but they'll be like, and we've all heard it. They're like, oh, really? And Monique texts me, I told her that. Someone just go, oh, no, you did. I know you did. But it's hearing it from a third person, or I should say a second coach. So that 1 week, I think is one of the most important ones. I think it's huge, that one. And then monthly, it's to keep them integrated. And then also, you kind of see for your coach you're helping, who is integrated and who would make a great coach. Like, people are either into it or not. You can't force them. We all know that. We can't drag them. We know that. But the ones that want to do it will shine and come through. But they need to see what the system is. So if we don't show everybody that it's a 1 week, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, until they hit goal, and then, through transition, even if they want to, like I know, a lot of my clients fall off, don't want to do the calls, but I have a power couple who hit their goal. We're still going week by week with their transition. Like, and I don't know, I just get inspired by different clients all the time to keep going, or to tweak something, or try something new, or to make it better, or make me better, me a better coach.
And Jeanette, something that I think that you've been really good from the beginning is integrating the life book.
Yes. So I talk about that at the health assessment, on the kickoff, during every call I have at night, and weekly and monthly. And Monique knows that. Like, I am like, okay, how's that life book going? Like, I bring that thing up. That is 25% of our program. That life book. And again, I always bring up the 4 legs of the chair. If you don't have one of a leg of a chair, you will fall over, or you're not taking full advantage of this whole program. It's your coach. It's the community, which I adore. And I love the support, and I love all my new friends, but that is your education piece. There's so many people, I'm realizing the more clients I have, it's mental. I have so many clients right now who cannot state a plan because it's mental, but it's mental. It's not the program. They just can't, they're not there. I go, get into your life book, forget the program, get into your life book, do that. And then just keep reading that. So I think that is, he made it for a reason. He created that for a reason. And people who finally do read it, they're like, oh, now I see why you wanted me to read it. Now I get it. It is helping me. I'm like, great. So yeah, I don't know why I just took that really seriously. I guess just because of my past health history, anything to do with health, or to help people, or to make it easier or better, that's it. That is it. So anybody struggling, I send them to the life book.
Yeah, no, I had that today. I have a client that reached out to me, and she's like, oh, I've gained a little bit of weight. And I said, okay. And I shared with her that I'm really believing now how important it is to coach and be accountable. Mm-hmm. I really, this is a crazy season for myself right now, but because I'm coaching, I'm so accountable to my health and my clients. It's made a world of difference. And it's been such an education for me, how important being integrated with the life book and paying it forward. So I agree, Jeanette. Like, if someone's struggling, immediately we talk about that life book. And if they don't want to read the life book, then they're treating it like a diet, and there's nothing we can do. That's right. But we know, even if they help, and I'll say to them, help a friend, help one person. I just want them to be able to keep it as a lifestyle and create that community around them. So I love that you started that, Jeanette, really kind of implementing that within your community and your coaching and your group and your business partners, and they're doing that, mm-hmm. which is awesome.
It's fun to see. I'm telling you, whatever we do and are trained on, they pass down.
Yeah, yeah. I do want to ask, and I know, Jeanette, you're leading this. I just have a quick question for Sharenda.
Yeah.
Sharenda, since you work and we have a lot of women that have full-time careers, how did you structure coaching around your career?
It's the early morning hours with the daily texts that I do for clients. Like the people on program who need their weekly or morning text, they get that first thing in the morning. Then I do in the evenings. That's time for like the trainings that we do or health assessments. It's kind of an evening thing. Or, I might have a check-in. We just had a weekly check-in, Monique and I, at 8 o'clock. And I try to do things on the weekends. I try to do as much as I can on the weekends. My Friday nights have changed. It used to be my time for my, got through the week and I'm exhausted and now it's time for some wine and some reality TV. There's no time for that anymore. Like that's when I try to do like maybe the things that you've taught me, Joy, about the authentic conversations and taking people who like something on Facebook and sending them a message saying, hello, how are things with you? That's kind of the time, Friday evenings, that I'll do something like that. And then like yesterday was a federal holiday for us. I work for the federal government. So I did a lot yesterday. I tried to do I did a lot of health assessments with Jackie, and I tried to start my certification for the Optavia certification because I need to finish that too. So I started that yesterday. I'm hoping that this weekend I'll spend time finishing that up.
I love that. We have another machine. We have another runner. Deb?
I was just going to say, can we please clone Sharenda so that we can each have 12 of just like her?
I know. No, you want to clone Monique first.
Right.
Clone Monique and clone Sharenda. I know.
I'm just kidding. You guys,
these two are very into it. It really helped them. They saw the vision. They love helping people. They made the time for it. That's it. That's what they're doing. Right,
Yeah.
guys? That's basically, Monique and Sharenda, is basically what you're doing. Like, you love it. For me, again,
yeah.
too.
I mean, I think somebody said on one of these, I was just saying, I think one of these trainings, and I see Monique doing it. So I see her, like, she's balancing everything. She's very engaged with her boys. Like, family is very important to us. So just because we're doing this doesn't mean, like, we're not, our children are very important. They're very active. We just work it in with what they're doing. And sometimes, someone said, sometimes it just gets messy. We might, need to move around a little bit, or you might see a kid head pop in the picture or something, but.
I love it. Coach Junior. You know what I think it is? The busier you are, the more you get done. And I think we are so busy. Like, what would take like maybe somebody an hour to do the morning text, we're done in 5 minutes. Like, it's boom, 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 boom. I got to get ready to go to work. It's like, it's too much thinking and not doing. We have less time to think about doing stuff, and we just have to do it so we can get to work or get to what we're doing. That's what I feel. Because sometimes I was kind of slacking on some stuff, and I'm like, what am I doing? It takes 5 minutes. So got back in it. Monique inspired me with all her new coaches. I'm like, Monique so inspires me. I love her so much. I love you so much, Miss Monique.
Thank you. Love fest over here.
That's just so inspires me. Who knew? Like, a coach or a client we helped became a coach inspires us. Like, pretty cool. And Sharon has been smiling like such a proud friend the whole time. I love it. She's been smiling.
Sharon's always smiling.
Is she? She's happy. You're on mute, Sharon. We can't hear your.
I said, I love Monique. I love hearing Sharonda. I love this because it does inspire me. And, I know I'll get Monique's like, we got to get you 2 more coaches before the end of the month. And I'm like, I'm crying. But it's very inspiring to hear everybody, talk about their journey. and I know I'll get there. I'm so excited. My husband and I were talking about it. He said, I went on an interview. I don't know why, for a job that I don't really think I care about. But he's like, Sharon, you don't want that job. You are passionate about this health coaching. I can see it. I know you. And I'm like, you're right. He said, don't worry about that. He said, focus on this. And that's what I'm doing. And hearing Nicole tonight, I'm like, wow, it really makes me even more excited about just continuing on.
I mean, Monique has pumped me. It's just that, you know what I did? I loved checking in with my clients. I love checking in with her clients too. Like, I love that 1 week check-in with her that I have her mute. I'm just kidding. Mute me. I have her mute, or the monthly. Like, I don't know. I'm really falling in love with those check-ins. Like, I love them. I love hearing their stories. I love trying to figure out if they're struggling. Like, well, let's go over I love figuring out what it is. Like, what they're usually not doing something. It's like a game to me now. Like, well, let's figure it out. What is it? So we figure it out. And they're usually so happy and grateful at the end for our time. And then they're successful. Like, they try it. I go, okay, so we have another week. Let's try it this week. I go, this is for life. This isn't going to happen overnight. Like, don't expect to be perfect week 1, month 2. Like, I'm on year 2 and I'm working on things. So it just keeps going and evolving as we get older and we get into different phases of our life. Like, this isn't it. Like, I can't remember who had the client that she was so upset she lost 6 pounds the first week. I'm like, what? Oh, they're upset because they keep seeing on Journey to Health all these people. Oh, I lost 8 pounds. I'm like, they probably were 350 pounds. Okay, they had a lot.
It was yesterday's, man. You forgot. We have so many.
We have so many. I literally can't keep track. But I'm hearing it a lot. It's not just yesterday. It's over and over and over again. So it's on Journey to Health in these calls. It is important to check in with your clients and see where they're at with if they're frustrated or not with that, and let them realize or let them know they probably were 250 pounds. And of course they lost 8 pounds the first week. I said, my cousin, 350, lost 20 pounds. And I probably should have never posted that because people are like, oh, I could lose 20 pounds the first week. I'm like, you're 350 pounds. So, we don't post how big, how much they had to lose, what their goal was. Anyway.
Well, I think it's just comparison. We do that in coaching also, right? Oh, just comparing ourselves. Oh my gosh, that person has brought on, 5 clients in a month, or, we compare. And the beauty again of what we do is just do it every day. And look at Sharonda, what's happening with her. She just does it every day. There's no excuses. And you see what happens. And even if you have that lull, don't stop. Work through that lull, because then it happens. It's just crazy how the universe works. So we're guilty of comparing, in the coaching world too. And I think it's human nature. Yeah. And then we just have to kind of dial it back in and go, okay, everyone's a little bit different. I mean, I lost 10 pounds in 6 weeks. Could you imagine if I stopped? Nobody'd be here right now.
Right.
So,
you're just don't stop hashtag Joy. And you always saying that every day. That's in my head. So I love that. Like, I know you for that. Just don't stop.
Yeah. And like I said, it's been a little crazy in my world. There might be a day I might just post one picture and maybe send like one picture, and that's it, but then the next day I'll maybe do a little bit more, but it's just every day. Even if I'm sick in bed, I will roll over and find some kind of affirmation, because it is just that consistency that now, coaching almost 3 years in March, every day I have someone reaching out from maybe I spoke to 6 months ago, really seeing I'm serious about our business. I'm really serious about this. I talk about it all the time. That's something else I would definitely recommend on your feed. Share the coaching part of it, what it's done. If it's time freedom, I share that now my daughter rides horses. That's not the cheapest sport. I share about that. If, my children are sick, I share that I'm home with them. Whatever that may look like, whatever's blessed you, share that. Everyone's watching. And they're watching for you to stop doing it, because everyone starts something and they stop. But if you don't stop and you keep going, they go, wow, they are really serious. So you'll see as time goes, that it really creates that trust.
Yeah, the just don't stop boots, that's where that comes in big time, because the successful people in this just don't stop. Like, they always will be doing this, and it's only going to build. It can only build. So if you get
the only way you fail in this is if you stop. And I was talking to Justin and Jamil today, and I said, I know those two, I know they'll never go away. Like, I just know, like, there's their integrity and their trust and their faith in what they're doing. And that's me. I'm never going to go. This is what I'm doing. Remember Jeanette? Jeanette and I used to go, we're working till we're in the box. I know it sounds awful, but but how fun, how amazing is this? Like, for me, being in my 50s, this is my next stage in my career, and I'm having a blast. So, and look at this and what's happening. And so, so you might be going through a season when you're like, oh, this isn't working for me, or all my clients are falling off, or nobody wants to coach. But promise from me, from the slowest person on the earth, if you just keep going, just around that corner, you can have a client that just is killing it, or a coach that, is going to jump on. That's it. Just the only way that it doesn't work is if you just stop doing it. So, all righty. Does anyone have any questions for Sharonda and her rock star status, and just what she's been doing, and
or from her coach Monique, or from look at Robert's not in his truck. I don't recognize you. Where's the truck?
Oh, all right, guys. Well, it's 6:37. This was an awesome call. And really, thank you for coming on. I know we're kind of coming to the end of the sponsoring boot camp. I just want to kind of check in. Did you guys find value in that, in the sponsoring boot camp?
Yes.
So that was a good one.
Yeah. We have bringing on a lot of, coaching partners, and I thought, the trilogy, when they really shared, like the Rachel Richards and Priscilla and Justin and Priscilla's husband, who's the physician, that to me was a very powerful one. And especially for all of you executives, all you working women, when Rachel talked about the power of and combining her career with the coaching, I thought that was really powerful. So.
And this is Monique. I wanted to add that Lisa, who's not on the call, she was a little bit hesitant to start coaching, but I think that couple really were the ones that helped her to decide to coach, because her husband is a physician, and hearing from another physician that this program was great and all the things that it did for them, I think that's what really pushed her to want to start coaching.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool to hear about a physician talking about it, where he finds more worth from coaching than from his practice, because he's really connecting with the clients. That was amazing. I love that. So I don't know.
What about the playback from last night? The very first couple, the physician that came on with the, I think was it the mountain climber? No.
Oh, yes.
The first one last night. I missed the first half of that, but when I came on, it was good stuff, and I want to get the playback on it. That's not out yet?
Is it playback in the?
That will post. There's a couple places. It posts usually on Thursday under resources in your back office. And then Jeanette, isn't it also on the Optavia channel in YouTube?
I was looking for that.
Are you talking about Justin after the first two calls?
No, we're talking about the training after Dr. A.
Okay. That is usually, this is the thing is,
it's in resources in your back office on Thursday. I just don't know if they also put it, maybe it's just Habits of Health on Wednesday calls that go to the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Anybody else have anything to say? Miss
Hey
Whitney,
guys,
good to see you.
I just wanted to say hi really quick. I just got home from work, changed my clothes. I was trying to listen on the way home, but I just wanted to let y'all know that all your stories inspired me tonight. So I wanted to say hey, and I caught the whole thing listening, but didn't get to be on video. So
Thanks, Julie.
absolutely.
Julie.
Hi, Lisa. Everybody unmute. Let's say hi to each other. Week. Wendy, Lisa.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Some events coming up, guys. We have an event, Jamil's event in Gilbert, Arizona, in
Airline tickets for that. How do we sign up?
March,
How do we sign up?
and then convention end of July in Atlanta.
Woohoo! I booked my flight.
Oh, we saw that. Good job.
Net, we got to get ours.
I know. Let's do it. In March.
For March. When is the
I
March?
need my March money. That showroom.
When is the March? What's the March one?
Jamil's Rise Up.
Am I invited?
Everyone is, just depending where you are rank wise.
Right.
Yeah, take a look at that. So really going forward, you'll just know that like every year it'll be March will be Jamil's event in Arizona. April will be the incentive trip. July will be the convention, and November will be Doug Wood's event in Arizona.
Great.
And those will be the 4
Blocks in our calendars.
yeah, rocks in your calendar. Yeah.
March 19th, 20th, 21st.
Yeah.
I just told somebody I would sub yoga.
No, you are not.
I won't. I'm texting her right now.
Subbing yoga in that event.
They might even, you know what? They might even have yoga there at the event, actually.
She can
I'm
teach it.
teaching on the big stage.
You know
Yeah.
what, Joy? That March event is soon. Like, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's like a month.
Yeah, did I buy a ticket? Do I need to, oh, Airbnb, Deb, get on that.
You know what? I'll put the link in our group. Yeah, because it came so close to Justin's event, but I'll put it in, you know, it's Arizona. I mean, for local people, we can just drive there, but yeah, I know.
Yeah, we have to fly.
Oh, I think Jacqueline just joined the meeting, maybe.
Where
I
is she?
think
Oh,
so.
Jackie.
Hey, Jacqueline. How are
Hi,
you?
Jackie. Welcome.
Thank you. I am so sorry about the delay. I had a little family emergency and everything
No
just kind of
worries.
went awry.
Actually, I think the call was recorded, so you can
It's
play it back.
recorded.
But,
Okay.
yeah, we just wanted to introduce you. So, Sharanda, do you want to introduce your new coach, Jackie?
Okay, all right. This is Jackie LaRue. Jackie is a certified public accountant, but is on the program for a month, and she has been all in with the Life Book, with Journey to Health, and she's referred clients. And I already mentioned that she's already had 5 health assessments already. Her coaching kit hasn't even arrived. She is really excited and passionate, and really excited to be part of our community. So welcome, Jackie.
Thank you. Thank you. And FYI, I just walked through the door and I see a box. I think it's my kid or it's my next order of food. So I'm about to open it.
Can I please ask her a few questions just really fast? Jackie, who were the
Yes.
5 people you did health assessments with? Who were they to you? How did you know them?
So I posted, 2 were family members, and I posted sort of a before and after and got immediate responses and was overwhelmed. And I was like, what do I do?
Uh-huh.
So
Was
2
everybody
were
helping?
cousins.
Okay.
2 were cousins. One a friend from graduate school. The 4th was someone I knew met from church, 15 years ago. And the next was, who was the next one? I can't think. Oh my God, I'm going completely blank. I think we still have the 5th one to do. So, Kim, someone I met in 1994. She was in HR. She was like, and became everyone's mentor. So, and I just kind of joined Facebook, late, gotten really active just in the last couple of years. So I've actually just this week learned how to use Messenger. I had a bunch of messages in there. I never used that. So I'm learning all kind of things.
I love it.
That's so cute.
People were very responsive. I think they're just embracing.
Yeah, you're 1 month in, 1 month on program.
Yes, as of yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
still on her journey, and she jumped into this because you're passionate about it, right? Because I just want
I
to
am excited.
share with how you had so many calls already. It's because you're passionate about it, right?
I'm passionate
You
about
post
it,
you're
and
passionate, you believe in it.
right.
It's working for you.
I know.
So I have a really quick, kind of ironic story, but me and Jackie, we, when Sharanda went to do the health assessment with another client, Jackie just happened to be in the room with the other person that she was doing the health assessment with, and Jackie decided to listen in. Well, it turned out that me and Jackie had known each other from a vision boarding event we went to a year ago, and then went to again this year where I talked about health coaching. So it kind of came full circle because she heard me speak up at the vision boarding event about health coaching, and literally like 2 months later, she's now health coaching for the same company. So it's kind of crazy.
It wasn't even 2 months later. We went to that vision boarding on January 5th. And on January 21st is when Dana and I started. It was just,
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
So
It was
just
meant to
crazy
be.
because she wasn't even the person that Sharanda was doing the health assessment with. She just happened to overhear, and then it turns out we knew each other from this vision boarding event. So it's just really like ironic how it all came together.
Yeah, that's true.
And one more basic thing is on these health assessments for newer coaches, they get easier and easier and more fun. And you get to a point where you just love them. You love doing them. At first, it's like, oh my God, what do I say? And I want to make sure I hit every question. But then, like, you relax into it enough over time that you really are listening to them and really listening to their story. And it's just the stories you hear. It's just like, I can't believe I do this. I cannot believe I get to help people. Like, who am I? Except we get trained. We get trained on how to do it, right?
Which is great.
I didn't know before how to do this.
I had an interesting question from a potential client. She asked me what is it called? The medical what is it called when your workplace you put money aside for medical
flexible spending?
Yes. So she asked me, was this program, would it be considered a medical?
No.
No,
I don't think so. It's a certain card, right, Joy?
Some people use it like an HSA.
Yeah, HSA.
And I believe that you can. I would definitely have them check. I have seen in some of our coaching groups that they've used it.
If you got a note from your doctor,
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So there's two things I really want to point out. I'm so excited right now that Jackie, Sharanda, Julie, Monique, Wendy, Jeanette, I'm looking at all these amazing people, Robert, all these people work and have careers and very successful in their careers. How many times do you have a client and you think, oh no, they're too busy? Oh, there's no way it's too busy. There's no way I'm going to offer coaching. There's no way they're too busy.
I did forever. Remember, the longest time I said they're too busy. I told you that.
Jeanette used to do that all the time. And now look at your team is like these fabulous.
My best coach is busy. My one who's like chop.
So that's the thing. You never know what's going on in someone's life, right? Another thing I want to point out, like Jeanette said, like, I didn't know anything. Like I knew not, I like to exercise. I took fairly good care of myself, but I was not a nutritionist whatsoever. So the first time Justin even brought up, kind of brought it up to me, and I was so rude to him. I was like, what do you mean? I'm in fashion, right? You don't have to know anything about nutrition. That's another thing that's really important. I want you to stress when you're talking to people. I know it sounds cheesy. We earn while we learn. I heard that somewhere. It's cheesy.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but it's true, right?
Hey guys,
we have someone
Lisa
else.
just joined. Lisa, the new coach.
Hi, Rochelle, but it's Lisa.
Yes,
Yes.
Lisa Brooks. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
Look at this East Coasters. OMG.
Well, she's actually
here. No, Lisa's in California.
I'm in LA working late, and this totally skipped my mind. So sorry I'm so late.
No, I'm glad you jumped on. So Lisa, tell us a little bit about your journey and why you're coaching, how it all came about.
Well, I've been a good family friend of Monique's family for, feels like 40 years. And I've been watching her mom over the last couple of years, just kind of shrinking. And I had to find out what she was doing. So she introduced me to Monique, and to date, I've lost 20 pounds.
Wow.
And I'm really excited about that. And I'm also the kind of person that loves to give and give back to my friends and family. So I signed up for coaching just on Saturday. So I'm new to
And
it.
Lisa's a bank executive.
Yeah, I am.
She has a full-time career as well, but it's possible.
Community development at California Bank and Trust. I've been here for about 12 years, and just that keeps me very busy. So I'm just trying to balance everything.
Mm-hmm. Structure. We learn structure as we go through the coach trainings. You'll learn it. You'll see. You'll learn it.
Well, I think if you have any questions about that, ask Sharanda. I think she's got that down, right? In the morning, you do a little bit at night, and then just really keep it focused. And that, that is the key.
Monique might know a little bit about it too. These girls, they're amazing. Women, sorry. And Robert works too. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
I said Robert too.
And Carolyn's trainer, Deb trains, everybody here.
Yeah, I get that little few minutes in the morning. Try to get an hour in before work, and it don't always be an hour, but like you say, it only takes 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then during the course of the day while I'm driving on the phone. And usually this is late for me right here. Usually I'm asleep by now, but this is so important. I'll make it happen. I gotta do it because I get so much from it. Yeah, the inspiration. Yeah, and I'm not alone. And every time when I'm thinking, things ain't going right, somebody will say something. Just keep going. Don't stop. I said, right. So encouraging. Yeah, encouraging.
Robert, I was going to say something to Robert because I've seen you show up in the last week and a half. I've seen Robert more on Facebook. So I'm noticing you. I notice all of you, but Robert, you've been getting on and doing some great lives and everything. So good for you.
I know. Try to get my grandkids when we go to church. You take the picture there and post it the next day. Things like that. And then the transformational stories, those are really good too. And I got a guy just waiting. He says he's on vacation. He's been watching, and he gets back on the 20 seconds. He wants to hook up with me. So we'll see how that goes.
Love it.
Hey, Jeanette, can you share how everyone can watch this? How can the people that just joined, is it going to be in
the recording? This will go in a Growing to Senior Coach joint.
Okay. This will go into our group, into Team Hope and Dreams.
Team Hope and Dreams, it'll go into. Okay, so.
Okay, perfect.
Great. Everybody should be on Team Hope and Dreams, and then she'll post it there.
And I left the recording going. I let it go. And I'm so glad I did, because then everybody
joined. Yeah.
Awesome.
Monique, look at all your family on here. Holy cow. Monique wins.
We all win.
Monique wins. We all win.
All right, guys. Well, it's 6:53. I know at East Coast it's late, and this was an awesome call. Thank you for jumping on. Jeanette, thank you for leading. Sharanda, thank you for just really sharing, following the system and how it's working for you. And all the new coaches, welcome. We're all here to support you, and I'm really excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Everybody sleep well tonight. Drink your water. Read your life book.
Will do. Thank you.
Bye.
5 minutes a day with 3 pages. Okay.
I love it, Jeanette.
Bye.
Did you take
Got
pictures?
it.